Alright, what up guys, Shook here, and I decided I would do a little render tutorial, my render settings I should say. Here we have a clip that is fresh off being put in here. It's from an editing contest. I don't even remember where I got it. But the first thing you want to do is go to properties, right click properties. You have to make sure that instead of smart resample, it's disable resample. That gets rid of the ghosting, and then you have to uncheck these. Press OK. And usually clips, not this one, but anything rendered from like an HDPR, have a black outline above and to the right of the clip. And to get rid of that, you go to this little thing here that's pan crop, or you can right click event pan crop. And usually what you want to do is make sure this bottom one is set to move freely, and just drag it in, hold shift, and that overrides it only jumping in sections. So hold shift and you drag it a little bit till the black bars are gone, and that helps with the quality a little bit. Most people don't notice that, but a lot of editors hate it. I know I do. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is check your project settings. Now these are my project settings. You can go ahead and pause it here. I'm just going to move on. But here's audio. Ruler, that's this part. Summary, audio CD. Yeah. Alright, then when you have these settings put in, go start on new project with these settings, hit apply, and OK. But mine's like that, so I'm just going to hit cancel. Next one I do is highlight the render region. You can move these little loops around, or you can come to a spot where there's no clip, like down here, and then just hold and click. Hold, click, and drag, and that'll highlight it, and that's the render region which you're going to render. Next one to do is every time you add a clip, when you go to edit it, you have to set the preview to something that your computer can handle. Usually draft auto or preview half is what I use when I'm editing. But then when I go to render, obviously you want to put best full because you get the best quality that way. Alright, so now you go to file, render as, and I have two different settings for renders. One is my final renders, and one's from the HDPR, which are for cinematics or clips. And I never hit clips, so you know how often that's used. Yeah, I forgot to mention the format I use is Sony AVC MVC, and what you want to do is just click on any template here and then go to customize, because what you're going to do is just input these settings. Yeah, so obviously AVC 1280 by 720, unless you record in like 1080p or something, but I don't know why you would. Bitrate 15. Most HDPVRs are 13.5 bits, and I think the Elgato's 15. I'm not sure, but this should be good for any clip render that you want to keep. Here's audio. System format MP4, and project settings, make sure it's on best right here on video render quality. Right, so that's video, and then you hit OK. And usually what you do after you customize the template, you name it, and then you hit save, and that saves it obviously under your render settings, so you don't have to keep putting the settings back. Next is my final render settings, and this is what I use when I'm finished with a project, say like a mini edit, anything that requires more than 2 renders. I usually use this. So most episodes I use 3 renders, which is one in Sony Vegas, After Effects, and back in Sony Vegas to drop the video size without using Handbrake. So what I'll use, if it's a preview for somebody, they want to see what it looks like, obviously unlisted, set it to 8 because it renders a little bit faster, and I have a really slow computer, so as you can imagine, Magic Bullet looks and a bunch of real smart motion blur make it like 5 hours to render. If it's like your final that you want to upload to YouTube, I say go with 10 megabytes bits per second on the bitrate. To me it looks a lot better. Alright, so the settings pretty much the same from there as the original HDPR ones, and of course name it, save, and name it here, whatever, and then hit render, and you should be good. Alright guys, so that's about it for the render settings. Don't forget, right click properties, disable resample. If that's the least you can do, that's fine. Settings best for when you go to render, and obviously know what you're rendering out to, final renders or HD PBR or Elgato, whatever you have. Alright guys, hope this helped. If it did, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter. My link is in the description. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I hope it helped. Later.